Right, let's get started.
We're going to be standing at the back of our mat and do lots of lovely stretches, lots of flow, lots of kind of core, and just enjoy and breathe and la la la. So feet underneath our hips, our arms are squeezed back behind us. So you're kind of lifting the chest, putting your shoulders down, squeezing your shoulder blades together and turning your palms forward. And we're going to take a lovely deep breath in and lift those arms up as we exhale. Take a breath in at the top, lift the shoulders up towards the ears. And as you exhale, drop them down, open the arms back out again. Interlacing those fingers and stretching the arms down. As you do, squeeze your butt cheeks and push your hips forward and take your eye gaze up. Inhaling, opening those arms. Exhale, rise your arms up. Inhaling at the top, lift the shoulders up. And as you exhale, open the arms back out again. Interlacing the fingers, squeeze the butt, push the hips forward, pull the shoulders down and elevate the chest. Standing straight, take those arms up one more time. Lift, 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 lift. Reach the fingers to the sky, shoulders up towards the ears, and then drop the ears. Drop the shoulders, and open the arms. And for the very last time, you stretch those shoulders. Push your hands back and away. Squeeze your butt. Lift your chest. Push your hips forward. And this time, we release the arms. We take the arms up. We reach up as we inhale and exhale. Look down towards the floor. Let your arms drop. Let the shoulders sink. Begin to curl the spine. Bend the knees and let your body just roll down to the floor. And I want you to just roll down as far as your body allows you to. So you might need to bend your knees quite a lot to let the fingers just gently touch down towards the floor. And then begin to extend the legs as much as possible. Squeeze the belly in tight. Create that lovely curve of the spine. Drop your chin to your chest. Weight into your toes. And then soften the knees, roll up back through that spine, skipping the belly in, roll, 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 carefully. Shoulder roll back. Open the arms, raise your arms up to the sky. Fingertips pressing up towards the ceiling as we inhale. Exhale, let the arms gently come forward. Soften the knees, begin to curve that spine, skipping the belly in, chin to chest, roll down. Let your fingertips drift towards the floor, bend the knees enough to get there, and then just try and lengthen out through the legs as much as you can, just waking up those hamstrings. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees, roll it up. Slowly, 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 the slower the better. Chin's the last thing that comes up. Roll the shoulders back, turn your palms. Last time we reach up towards the sky. Inhale, lift, exhale, begin to let your arms come forward. And as you do, curl the spine, chin to chest, bend the knees, and then roll down. Let your fingers drop to the floor and extend those legs. We look forward, you bend the knees, and we're going to bring our body weight forward into a plank. So roll through the spine, pause here. Eye gaze slightly forward, shoulders pull back, legs straight, pushing your weight into your heels. If you need to, drop your knees. Make sure you don't dip your back if you do. We're going to breathe in, exhale, lift the body weight up, downward facing dog. Now the first one we do is a little bit slower. We're going to take a deep knee bend, so rolling on, feeling that little stretch in the back to the heels, and then squeeze the belly to lift the spine, lift the base of the spine up as we lengthen and melt the head and chest down between the shoulders. And then push your heels down. If you want, take it for a little walk. Just our first one. Let's wake up those hamstrings a little bit more and the calves by drawing the heel towards the floor. And then push the heels down. We're going to inhale, eye gaze forward. We undulate through the spine, plank. We drop the knees. We drop the elbows in, squeeze them into the rib cage. Try and keep your bottom in the air as you lower your chest towards the floor and drop the body weight down. We lift and lengthen. We're going to take our arms gently forward. We're going to circle them all the way around. So we're going to do exactly what we did when we were standing. Interlace those fingers and stretch and lift our chest and lift our arms away, keeping the feet on the floor. We release the arms. We take the little circle all the way back round. Bend the elbows back, slide the hands back to where they were. Inhale, lift our bottom off the floor. So I've lifted my pelvis. Arms are engaged, and we lift the chest. Back up to plank. Knees or toes. Inhale, exhale. We lift up, downward facing dog. So you've got a little bit of a wider stance. Perhaps your feet are shoulder width apart. Then we need to lift the bottom again, lengthen that spine and melt the body down as you weight into the heel. We inhale, exhale, we roll forward, we pause in a beautiful flat plank. You can keep your knees up or you can lower your knees down. We bend the elbows, chest to the floor. All the way down, feet down. We lift the head, we lift the chest, we lift the arms. The arms come forward. We circle them all the way around. Keep your buttocks engaged. Interlace those fingers and stretch the arms. Lift the chest. Stay strong in the spine as we release the arms all the way back around. Come forward. We bend them. We slide our elbows in. We engage those abs. Lift your bottoms in the air. Engage those arms. Lift the body weight up. Plank. Up the tailbone. Inhale, exhale. Downward facing dog. Take a pause there. Really stretch the body. Really utilize these isolated positions for that lovely stretch. We come forward one more time, rolling through the spine. Plank, hold. Options to drop your knees or stay on your toes. And the elbows, chest to the floor. Drop down, pull the shoulders back, hover the arms. Take your arms forward. Circle them all the way around. And then release, interlace the fingers and take those arms up. Stretch up. Release the arms all the way around. And this time we drop our arms down and we lower our head to the floor. Just take a little wriggle side to side, releasing the lower back, letting go of all the tension. Bring your arms and legs closer together. So you're creating a really long length through the body. And we're going to lift our right arm, left leg up off the floor. And we're going to tap it down and lift it back up. So exhale, inhale. Keep the arm close to the ear. The head stays in line with the spine. And we reach and lengthen through the body, reaching the toes and the fingers as far away as we can go. 5, 4, 3, last 2. One more. And 1. Drop it down. Straight over to the other side. We lift up. Reach. Tap it down. 10 of these. 9. 8. Remember, this is about length, so really squeeze and reach. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. Last 2. One more. And 1. Release it down. Settle back down. Slide your hands back. Abs on. Lift the bottom. Those arms are active again. Squeeze the belly. Lift your body weight back up into a plank. And then lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Or if you wish, you can take a child's pose. If you need just a quick breather. About 20 seconds, hold this position. Bend the knees, lift the bottom, and lengthen out that spine. Then drop your heels back down. Enjoy that wonderful stretch. 2 more breaths. Now lift your left leg up towards the sky. And we're going to bring our knee through to a holding plank, hovering that left knee between the thumbs, and then roll through that right foot, lift the left leg back up again. We roll through, take your body weight forward into plank, and then we roll all the way back up. If you want to take the lower option, you roll through, drop the knee, pull the knee through. You can drop the knees down, lift back up, and take that left leg back up. So just come forward, drop it down, curve it through, and then lift it back up. 3 more, forward, and up, and forward, and up. We're going to do 1 more. Forward, and then lift it all the way up to the sky, and we're going to step that left foot all the way through. So now we're just going to take it into a little bit of a hip flexor stretch. Drop your back knee to the ground. Bring both your hands inside that foot and just lower your chest down, bending the elbows, but then take that spine into extension. So we're not just relaxed here, we're lengthening out. If you're really flexible, you might want to drop your elbows. Take this little foot on the left for a little walk out, turning the toes slightly out to the corner of the mat. See if you can open your knee out and just move a little bit deeper into the stretch. Breathe. Pull that foot back into where it was before. Take your left hand onto your left thigh, lift your right knee, or keep the knee on the floor if you wish, and then open out into a twist. Turn, squeeze the shoulder blade, keep the hips sunk, keep that right leg fully extended, and then bring the hand back inside that leg, and swing that leg back, downward facing dog. Take some nice deep breaths. Keep thinking about position yourself deeper every time you fall back into it. Right leg up to the sky. We come forward into that plank, pulling the knee under, kicking it back up slowly and controlled. So my left leg doesn't bend at all. It stays straight. I just roll into the tips of the toes, and then I push back into the heel as I lift up. You'll remember your option is you can come down, drop the knee, curl it under, both knees down, toes tucked, lift back up, and raise that leg again. Just repeat that process. If that works better for you. 4 more. Forward, squeeze till you feel the strength building in the shoulders. Scooping the belly in to really activate the abs. The more you activate your abs, the more the thigh will draw in towards your chest. Last 2. 1 more. We kick that leg up behind us 1 more time. We look forward, and when you're ready, bring that leg forward. And then lower the knee gently at the back. Bring your hands inside the foot. Find your hip flexor stretch. You might just want to stay there. My hip flexors are unbelievably fired up at the moment, so there's not a lot of movement for me. So I'm going to take it for a little walk, turn it out, rotate a little bit, and just sink deeper here. If you want to drop your elbows, drop your elbows. Lovely long deep breaths. Just sway side to side, just work on as far as you can go. Try not to hunch up the shoulders, relax through the spine, get a little bit more length forward, like elevating the chest, but sinking the hips down. And then bring that foot back into the center. hands into the thigh. Lift the left knee off the floor and then open the arm out. And try and keep the hips sunk, the back leg extended, and then squeeze the shoulder blade back up towards that hand. And then begin to lower the hand down, back inside the foot. Swing that leg around, downward facing dog or child's pose if you need a breather. Lovely long inhale, lovely long exhale. We're going to get a little bit more movement and mobility working through the hips. So what I want you to do is slowly just begin to roll forward, pull the left foot outside the left hand, open out, back down, swing it back to downward facing dog, and then roll through the spine, right foot. Give it a little helping hand if you need to, there's no rush, you do this in your own time. Open out, hand down, swing it back, lift it up. Left side, open out, bring it back, downward facing dog, to the right. And you might just want to stay the pace you're doing and just carry on, doing 4 more. Or if you want more of a challenge, start with a plank, pull the foot round, open, return, stay in your plank, work that core, right side, open. Still slow, give yourself that little bit more hold in the plank. 1 more each side. Last one. And then hold the plank. Hold it, hold it, hold it. 10 seconds, nice and strong. If you need to go on your knees, go on your knees. Breathe. 1 more breath. Now this time, we drop our knees, we take them wide, and we slide back into child's pose. Reach the fingers forward, extend the arms, melt the head and chest down. Take your right hand underneath your left hand. See if you can walk a little bit further and C-curve that right side, pulling your right hip back to your right buttock and dropping your head and chest further to the floor. And then to the other side, reach away. Take your right hand underneath your left and stretch. Pull your left hip back. And then bring it back to the middle. Roll yourself up. Knees underneath you. And drop down to your elbows. Tuck the toes, dolphin. So it's actually the same as a downward facing dog on your elbows. If you prefer it on your hands, feel free to go back to your hands. Push the heels to the floor, lift the hips high. Feel your shoulder blades trying to squeeze together. We're going to bend the knees to a hover. We're going to lift the right leg up, drop it back down, and then lengthen back. Bend the knees, hover the knees, left leg squeezes up to hamstring curl, drop it down, and lift back up. If you don't like this, you can drop your knees down completely, lift the right leg, drop the knees down, tuck the toes, and lift back up. That's your easier option. Down and lift. Otherwise, stick with the hover. Breathe in to bend the knees, squeeze the butt cheek, drop it. We're going to go 1 more each side. Stay strong, stay engaged, keep the core focused. And then hold, and then options to stay here or roll forward into that plank. And we're going to do a pulsing plank on the spot. We're going to do 20 pulses, that's 16, 15, 14. Scoot the belly in, just lift your hips up. So that's the control of the movement. 10, 9, 8, 7. Come on, squeeze it. 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Drop to the floor. Make a little pillow, wriggle those hips, let the body just fall heavy on the ground. Let's release those shoulders. So take your left arm out to the side and bring your right hand down by your shoulder with your elbow pointing up. We're going to roll onto that left side, bringing the top leg, the right leg, over to the other side and stretching out that left shoulder. My palm is facing down, and that's a really lovely opening through there. Legs back together, roll it through. So if you swap to the other side, right arm extends out, left arm bends, roll over to the left, left leg on the floor, and just stretch here. And then release back. Sliding the hands in. Abs on, elbows to the sky. Lift your body weight up. Come up into a plank and hit downward facing dog. We're going to move through the plank. So we're going to roll forward. Bring the left knee and take it towards the right elbow, the left elbow, and back up to the sky. 5 times. Right elbow, left elbow, back up. Roll forward, options, drop your right knee to the floor, and then lift it back up as we lift the leg. 2 more. Twist, twist, and back up. Last one. Twist and twist, and then slowly circle the hips, bring you into pigeon. Slide your right leg behind you. My left heel is underneath my hip bone. You may be able to get it more to a 90-degree angle. And just sit tall. If you can, bend the back leg and catch the inside of your foot with your thumb resting on your big toe. And bend the elbow as you pull the heel in. You might be a bit more flexible, go over the top of the foot. And then bring those shoulders back around to the front. You can let go of this whenever you like. If you can drop to your left elbow and extend your pigeon a bit more. And then relax into that left hip. And take a few breaths here. Release that back leg, go a little bit deeper into your pigeon. I'm going to give you one more option if you wish. Forearm on the ground, raise your right arm up and twist the body. Your right arm threads underneath and you try to reach, and if you can get your head rested to the floor without collapsing into your hip, do so. I feel that stretch getting a little bit deeper. If you don't like the twist, stay forearm by forearm, relax here. When you're ready, slide that arm back out. Come up onto your hands. Sit down into your left butt cheek and spin around and take that right leg in front of you. The left leg comes up and we just sit tall. Hands just overhead or across the elbows with our arms, across the shoulders with our elbows lifted. We scoot the belly in and we drop down halfway. We lift the left knee and we tap the right elbow to the knee and tap it down. So if you're here, it's a little bit harder because it's added to the load, so it's a longer lever, so it's a little bit harder. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Drop the foot and see if you can raise your arms up and hold here. Squeeze the belly. Drop down another inch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and roll it up. Catch hold of that knee, lift up. Take the foot across. Move the foot down by the right hip. See if you can really squish that leg down. If you're really flexible, you can take the underneath leg and bend it the other way, so it comes into cross cow, but that is not for me. If you are flexible, take that leg and put it down by your left hip. We're going to get into that left hip stretch. So you're going to hold onto your leg and you're going to ease your body weight forward. So if you're quite flexible, you might need to catch that foot and then just lean across into the thigh. That will give it a stretch down that right hamstring as well. Catch this leg if you prefer. Just lean forward and breathe into it as far as you can go. Ideally, you rested your whole chest onto that thigh and your body's just enjoying it. Unless you're me, that's got really tight hips, really tight lower back, and it's just trying to make its way there. Couple more breaths here. And then carefully just roll it up. And breathe this leg. Straighten it out. Get a little bit taller onto your buttocks, raise your arms up. And then fall forward. Catch your feet underneath your legs, bowing down. And if you need to bend your knees to do this, do so. And then you can work on straightening out as much as possible. And carefully just begin to roll up. Lean back comfortably, just lift the chest and the shoulders back. I'm going to swap the legs over. So you're going to sit back upright. We're going to take our right leg, cross it over our left. Get the heel as quite close towards the left hip as possible. If you wish, you can bend that leg also in the same position, but make sure your buttocks are on the floor. Grab hold of that front shin and just begin to ease yourself forward. Lean into it. Catch the leg underneath if you wish. I feel this more in my left hamstring than I do my right hip. Carefully roll it up. Just lift up tall at the top, lift that chest. pick up the leg and then plonk it down on the floor. Is that all? Hands here or hands here. We sink back, we roll down halfway, and we lift up and we twist and we tap. So turn, squeeze, use those abs, use your obliques. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the foot, raise the arms up if you can. Squeeze into the abs, drop another inch. 5, 4, arms high. 2, and 1. All the way up. We're going to hold that knee and lift up to. Now we can fold that leg, swing your left leg around behind you, bring yourself around, and then slide yourself up into downward facing dog. Soften the knees, lift the hips, lengthen out, and this should feel like a really nice, comfortable position. We take a breath in, exhale, right leg lifts up towards the sky. We come forward, we take it to the left elbow, to the right elbow, and back up to the sky. Forward, left, right, and reach. Remember that rolling motion through the left foot, knee stays straight. You can do this with your left knee down to make it easier if you wish. One more of these to the elbow, and then circle it around into pigeon. Slide your left leg away, think as equal as you can. Drop down to the elbows, just breathe here for a little bit. Bend the back heel, come back up onto your hands. Take the left hand around, touch the inside of the foot, thumb on big toe. Draw the heel in. You might want to come over the top. Find that thigh stretch. Extend your pigeon again to the arms. And just take 3 breaths here, drawing heel to the bottom. Drop the leg, and then just sink into pigeon. Take your right forearm to the floor and raise your left arm up and twist the body away. Then we swoop it under and you're diving that arm underneath, and then just carefully turning that direction. If you feel you're going to collapse, just don't go so far. And let your body weight just sink into the hips. Just make sure you haven't collapsed into your left hip. You're staying on that right side. If you don't like it, come forearm by forearm. And then when you're ready, slowly push yourself back up onto your hands. Tucking those toes under the back. Lifting your body weight away. Final downward facing dog. Come forward into a plank. And we're going to do some little taps. Feet out, back into the side. Out, back into the side. So stay strong, stay long. You're not moving your hips, you're doing side abduction. If you don't like it, take the foot out, back to the knees. Foot out, back to the knees. We're going for 8, 7. Drop your elbows if you need to. 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2. One more. And then drop those knees down. Got quite a narrow stance through my knees. So I'm sliding my body weight back into the heels. This time round the arms around and just let yourself curl into a little ball. And then carefully roll it back out. Stay seated on your heels. Take a nice little shoulder. And bring yourself forward onto your hands and knees. Tuck those toes and we lift those hips up. We walk our hands back to our feet. Let your body just drop down. And if you wish, you can let your body hang and you can wrap your forearms around the back of the thighs. Take a hold of the elbows and push those legs as straight as possible whilst tucking your chin down. If you don't like that, just stay wherever you wish. And then scoop the belly in, let your body weight sink into the heels and roll yourself carefully up very, very slowly. As soon as your chin lifts, roll the shoulders back and down. We stand tall, we open the palms exactly where we started. We raise those arms up, reach the fingers to the sky, lift your shoulders up. And exhale, open the arms back up. Interlacing those fingers, pushing the arms away. This time, soften the knees, stay tall, and fold forward one more time. Take the arms up and over. If you don't want to do a forward fold with this stretch, then you can just stay standing and open out there. 3 deep breaths. I'm going to forward fold, hands back to the spine, roll it up. For the last time, raise your arms up. It's time. Bring your hands together, close your eyes, drop your shoulders away from your ears. Bring your hands in front of your heart and then bow your chin towards your chest. And as you do so, feel the stretch across the back of the neck. Pull the shoulders away. Tuck that chin a little bit more. Roll the chin to one side, center, to the other side. And again. One more time, roll it to the other side. Back to center. Lift your eye gaze up. Open those arms and a big reach up for the last time. Hands down. Give yourself a bow. Give yourself a little clap. Fabulous.